I think we're done with spraying for a few days. At least I hope we are. And next time we spray, all being well, we should have a product called Mr. Color Leveling Thinner. And it was something that was recommended by our friend Nigel in the UK. And so this morning, I actually ordered some. Well, first of all, I was hoping I could get it from the hobby store here in Winnipeg, so I went online and I couldn't find it anywhere on their website. So I ordered from a place in Toronto called Sunward Hobbies. And maybe what I should have done was given Tony a call, because he's very close to them, and he'd know if they're reputable or not. This is my first order from them. Be interesting to see how it's going to go. Anyway, giving you more information than you need to know. Sunward Hobbies is about 1,000 miles east of Winnipeg, as the crow flies, whereas the hobby store is only about 4 miles south. Anyway, it should be here, all being well, by the end of next week, I would hope. Anyway. So how did this come out here? It's about 24 hours ago we sprayed it. I was noticing afterwards, this is yesterday I'm talking about now, one of these I didn't cover very good, so I did respray it after, just in case some of you were worried about that. I did notice that the top got missed. Notice down the bottom of that one, it's looks like it's not too thick there either, but that doesn't matter. This is all going to be underneath here. Now, before we can put these pieces down, I do believe we have to glue these ones down on the deck. That's these parts over here that you can't see. I'll rearrange everything here so it makes more sense. Now, it seems to me that I had said in yesterday's episode that we'd take a close look, so maybe we better do that before everything gets buried. I'm going to do them in order of size, from the smallest to the biggest, and this first one, I was noticing it appears to me that it possibly could have been sprayed just a little more heavily on the top. We'll just quickly go through them here. There's only 14 of them. So if we do a couple of seconds on each one, it's going to take what? Half a minute or so? Well, I guess it's going to end up being more than half a minute. I think 5 of these are identical, so I don't know why I'm showing all 5. Oh, here's another one that looks like it might be a little bit thin on the top of the lid there. I think for the most part, though, they came out okay. I like the way the detail shows up on the top. It's too bad we're not going to be able to see it. Yeah, these all look alike more or less, don't they? Okay, here's the last one that you could call as being sort of a storage chest or storage box. I'm sure that on the real hood there was a proper name for it. Now these ones here, if you remember, I was worried about maybe filling the grate in with paint, but I think we did okay there. We're getting to see the detail from where the air would go in the grate. That's a hard one. I should take these blocks back down in the workshop and enlarge them just one size. I think I drilled them out the exact size, and they're pretty tight fit. Should have gone one size bigger. Wouldn't be hard. Okay, now here is another one that we're kind of worried about. Am I going to accidentally fill in the grate? Those were those ones that we had to glue the two pieces together, if you remember. Well, that one's alright. Here's the other one. Yeah, this one's okay as well. Now I might have to reposition my camera here for these. Just a little bit here. There's only two of these. These are the bases for the turrets, and the last one. Okay, wasn't that thrilling? One of the viewers sent us a link to a product that's very similar to Blue Tack, and you know, he's suggesting that instead of using the double-sided tape, I could use this. Well, what I find is, with something like this, that yeah, it will work. However, in order to get the little part, like let's just take this one here, because we're gonna want to get these back in their appropriate tins anyway. Okay, now I find that if I was to just set it on there, it doesn't want to stick, and if I press it down just a little bit, it'll have a tendency to want to blow off. In order to get it to stick on this kind of, you know, this sticky putty, you got to press it down into it. Now, when you press it down into it like that, the putty sort of molds up around the base, and you end up with a little, you know, the color, whatever the plastic is, along the bottom, almost like a little baseboard or something. At least that's my thinking on it. I find that the double-sided tape actually works better, because when you press the part down onto it, the tape itself does not seem to mold itself up around the outside bottom part of the whatever it is. Okay, now this one here is shaped like this. The curve is on this side, so this is a 17. And then obviously this one here has to be the 18. Okay, I'm just going to take these all off. Okay, number 12. 13. And the last one. Okay. I guess the next thing we got to do is get our ship over here so we can get the stuff stuck down on it. Yeah, we don't want to be gluing anything down that we're going to want to later on manipulate around to add detail to. So I'm going to have to not get too exuberant here. Okay, I think I've made enough room here, all being well. I do believe that it's going to be all right to glue these pieces down. Okay, this one goes right here. Okay, this is to the bow. This diagram is backwards to, okay, that's the stern, so it has to go this way. Okay, so this has to go like this. Hey! Okay. Is that right? No, that doesn't look right. that does. Okay. Yeah, well, I should have had the model come in the other way. All right, let's flip this back over here onto step number 6, where we're actually looking at these pieces. Okay, now it's the right way. The bow is that way, stern is that way. Okay, so, and this one will go like this. Ah, for heaven's sakes. I guess that can stay there. There we go. And these ones here. Okay, this one looks like this, so it's got to go here. We've done this before, just before we painted it, if you remember. Okay, now, as near as I can tell, there is no reason why these can't be glued down, because I'm not going to be wanting to put little pieces on top of them later. No, the next thing they want us to do after we get these down is, after we get these down, then we put all these little pieces in place. Then we would put this piece on. But this is the piece right here that I don't think should be glued on, because it'll be a lot easier to put the other pieces of superstructure on it if it is separate, if you know what I mean. We kind of did that with the Bismarck as well. I think the Bismarck, we actually ended up with 3 sections. There was the bow section, the funnel section, and the stern section. And then we glued them all in place later. This one here, it looks like it's just basically going to have the one piece, which is this one right here. Okay, and it's got to go over top of everything. And as I've said probably 100 times, it's a pity that we're not going to be seeing the detail that we're going to be installing in there. Well, I guess you kind of can. If you remember from that picture that Sergey sent us, you could actually see in like that. So if you could on his, I'm sure you can on mine. Anyway, let's see now, what kind of glue should I use here? Should I use extra thin or maybe CA medium? So I don't want to use anything that's going to run out onto the deck. And the extra thin will. Yeah, I'll think of something. Okay, we are not going to be needing these for a while. Probably not until tomorrow now. And we won't need this for a while. One of the viewers had mentioned how he found that those little extension tips that we were using on the CA thin actually worked better on the medium. So I'm going to see if I can't just get one on here. This might be too built up on the end of... I'm going to have to take Tennessee Jim's advice and soak it into that stuff that I can never remember the name of. Now it's acetone. What's so hard to remember about acetone? And maybe I can get mind you, I do have a lot of these, so. Okay, what I did was I took my knife and just sort of scraped the end down a little bit here. I think I got most of it off. I'm probably down to the bare plastic. But it could be that this has been cut back so much. Oh no, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, I think that'll stay on. No. Oh yeah, I think that'll be alright. Okay, I think we can just slide this in just a little closer here. Then we don't need to reach across. And I'll tell you what I've got in mind. We'll start at the inside and work out. Now, I guess I can take this one off for the time being. We'll just set it over here. Now you'll notice that there's this outline all the way around. First I was thinking what I could do is, run the CA glue along the edge, and then I realized, well, no, it'd be a lot easier to just sort of take the applicator and just carefully go all the way around. Well, it wouldn't even have to be all the way around. Let's just see where on here is there the most separation. It happens to sit pretty flat. But my thinking was, okay, if there was more separation right here than there was here, I just put the glue basically in the middle part and then press it down or put a weight on it. But I don't think we need to go all the way around. Just maybe along the edge here and here, maybe across the back a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be all covered up anyway, so well, let's try it, see how it's going to go here. Maybe I'll reposition the camera here. Now I want to be careful not to accidentally get paint up into that tube, because the paint will start the curing process. Okay. Okay, I gotta stand up here, go reach over to the other side. I know you can't see it, but it should be going pretty much the same. It doesn't matter if it gets on the top of this platform, because that's going to be covered up anyway. And maybe just a little bit on the back here. Okay. I hope I got enough. I wonder if I should have put some along the edges here. I think it's starting to cure. Okay, now maybe this is the one that I thought was going to be a little higher in the... No, it's flush all the way along as well. Okay, well, that's good, right? Don't want it to run out onto the deck. That's going to be a good strong fit. I don't think I even need to put any weight on there, but I will. Okay, I'll just leave that for about half an hour. I don't think I need to put a weight on that. This CA medium is a lot easier to apply. It doesn't come running out real fast. Probably putting on way more than I need here. And hey, that's the story of my life, isn't it? Too much glue and not enough thinner in the paint. Okay. Now I'm going to turn the ship around and do the other side exactly the same way. And we'll check it out tomorrow. I think that's about it for today. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.